Up, up, down, down, left, right, BA, start the B-roll. Hey y'all, welcome to CLACK Bait. So the Class 80 is a supersized retro-inspired TKL that is currently in group buy and slated to end October 25th. Price starts at $345 and goes up to $375 if you go for the Bluetooth PCB. Now expected delivery is 3 to 4 months after the group buy closes. Oh, and the keyboard can do this. And this. So this board has two different mounting styles and can also be used plateless. More on this in just a bit. Now according to MM Studio, you can even run plateless on the hot swap PCB, so let's give that a spin. Now, there are 3 retro inspired colors available: Retro E White, which is more like a cream color, E Red, and an anodized black, which is the one that I have. Now included with the kit, you get a Class 80 case with this dope controller weight, this grilled internal brass weight, which looks really fresh. A 1.6mm hot swap PCB with ANSI and 7U SANGAN support and step caps lock support. Or you can go soldered, which adds 6.25U spacebar, 1.25 mods, and ISO support to what the hot swap already supports. Now all PCBs have this new leaf spring mount that they call the double S mount. They also offer a hot swap in the Bluetooth PCB, which does not come with the solenoid or the buzzer, so keep that in mind. The stock kit will come with a PC plate included, and you can add either FR4 or brass in either full or half plate configuration. Just be careful when you make your selection, because for reasons unknown to me, they offer plate mount stabilizer plates as well, which can get really confusing when you're picking your plates. So don't accidentally add that to your cart. You also get a wide assortment of foams, including a 5mm plate foam if you go plateless, and a 3.5mm plate foam for normal use. It also comes with IXPE foam, case foam, and the battery compartment foam piece. Of course, you get the gaskets and this cool Class 80 retro badge sticker that can be added wherever you want on the board. Also, you get the hardware and some tools to help you complete the build. Now, if you like retro style, this is it. This is a huge keyboard that will take up quite a bit of real estate on your desk. It has thick bezels on the sides so you can get a good grip on it when you try to lift this thing. The top bezel is extra thick, and they did a really great job of breaking it up a bit with this pen rail and these vented lines. It has a large sloping cherry lip that aids in the typing experience, and the ano is smooth and I don't see any issues with my Proto. The biggest winner for me is on the back though. This FEM controller won me over at first sight. This isn't a solid piece though, so don't think you can take it off and shadow play some games against the wall. Trust me, I've tried. Overall, the board gets high marks for the looks. They nailed that retro aesthetic for sure. Now just to put the size in perspective, this is 17.5 inches in width and about 15.5 inches in length. Yeah, it's a big boy. Now the front height is around 20mm paired with a 7-degree typing angle. Now the cherry lip does bring the front height down to about 17.5mm, making it much more comfortable to type on. Now fully built, this board comes in at a hefty 7.87 pounds. Now a lot of people wonder about the buzzer and solenoid. Well, it's there and it's something that I won't use much unless I'm trying to piss people off. The buzzer for me is an absolute no-go, but the solenoid is kind of cool to switch on from time to time. It's basically a device that fires with each key press to create an almost typewriter sound. There's no haptic feedback when you're typing though, but the sound is pretty cool and adds to that retro vibe. You can quickly change the settings using the switch found at the top left of the board. You can go from no effects to a buzzer sound or to the solenoid. Unfortunately, you can't use both buzzer and solenoid together, which was probably done for hate crime prevention. Hey neighbor. So the Class 80 supports 3 different mounting styles. You can go traditional gasket mount with the plate, or you can go plateless, or you can go isolated top mount. If you plan experimenting with these, I highly recommend you purchase at least a couple of extra of their tool sets, which include extra gaskets. And here's the reason why. According to their diagram, if you decide to use top mount, you can't have the gaskets in the case installed to get that true top mount sound and feel. Therefore, if you decide to install the gaskets, I recommend installing the gaskets directly on the double S leaf mounts. However, if you plan to go right back to top mount, it's going to require you to remove the gaskets from the PCB, making it absolutely necessary for you to have additional gaskets. So that's why I recommend purchasing extra gaskets. Now another solution could be to have an extra PCB to run the top mount and one for gasket or plateless. I hope that made sense. So for my build, I went plateless with that 5mm plate foam. I used these tofu switches by fellow content creator Tofu Types, who teamed up with KNC Keys. These are full nylon switches with a nylon long pole that sound great after lubing. I paired them with these super dope resonance keycaps by PBT fans. Now these are inspired by the Braun Calculator ET series and are PBT, and the base kit comes with a lot of configurations and accent options. This set is highly recommended by me. It looks super dope. Links for these are in the bio. Now the typing field plateless is what you'd expect with the flex cut PCB. It's an absolute trampoline. I recommend going with the 2 layers of the thin case foam for both sound and feel. It gives a nice soft typing experience and removes any hollowness, and I found the sound to be really nice in this configuration. It does kill some of the bounce, but it still feels soft. You can always adjust to your preference though. Now as far as plateless on a hot swap PCB, do I recommend it? No. I would go with the solder PCB for the best experience. So overall, I love the retro looks of the Class 80. The typing feel and sound are all quite good. You will need to use some case foam to keep the PCB from bottoming out and possibly shorting it. That's all I got. Follow me on Instagram, subscribe to the channel if you love the content, and make sure to hit that like button on the way out to support this video. Now here's a couple of sound tests for you. Enjoy. Catch you in the next one. Peace.